Welcome back to a special Best of LA Times today. Imagine skipping 6 school grades and entering college as a preteen. Cal State LA is the only university in California to admit students as young as 11. LA Times reporter Teresa Watanabe introduces us to some whiz kids who are getting a head start on their college experience.
My car is definitely a library. My mom keeps it intentionally quiet for that exact reason. I'm Anthony, I'm 16, and I'm a junior through the early entrance program at Cal State LA.
All right, tell us what is going on at Cal State LA and what is an Eepster?
An Eepster. Eepsters are these young students who are as young as 11 who are allowed to enter Cal State LA through the early entrance program.
Oh, that's where Eepster comes from.
Eepsters, yes.
Real life Doogie Housers, right?
Yes.
So what are the qualifications to get into the program?
Well, you have to have a qualifying score on the SAT and ACT. You have to participate in a 6-year summer institute where the faculty and staff really assess these kids to see whether they have not only the intellectual, potential, but also the social maturity to be able to cut it in college when you're 12 years old.
In this great piece, which I have to say I've shared far and wide because it made my day. Tell us about these particular kids you met.
Well, there's Mia. Mia Terrell is a 13-year-old. She was just bright from the very beginning. When she was in first grade, she asked her father to teach her how to chart the probability of losing her baby teeth over time. Shanti Ramanani, she is 12 years old. The first C she ever got was when she took an algebra class at a community college at the age of 8. She ended up getting an A, by the way, and she was only in 3rd grade.
Oh, my gosh. And these kids are considered gifted, obviously. But if you look at our public schools, we don't have gifted programs that can keep up with them.
We no longer have dedicated state funding for gifted kids.
0 in California.
Well, I mean, the money was rolled into a block grant in 2013, so school districts now have the option as to whether to offer these programs. It's up to their discretion.
They can put it where they want to put it.
Right.
And there's been some pushback with a lot of these gifted programs because some parents think it's elitist to offer these programs. I mean, even Magnet gets some pushback. But the truth is, this would help middle and low income kids, right?
Yeah, that's right. And that's the experts that I spoke with said that's the whole issue, is that the more affluent families have the resources to give their kids enriched summers or, extra tutoring or anything like that, SAT prep, and the ones who are in the lower income schools don't have that.
Now, we know the kids are responding to it so positively. The kids in your piece, in this latest piece, are amazing kids, but there are family sacrifices that go with this.
Shanti's parents are amazing. They live in Camarillo, which is 2 hours away from Cal State LA, but they're so committed to their children's education that they rent a hotel room during the week. They live there. The father lives there with the kids, and then he drops them off at school, drives 2 hours back to Camarillo for his pharmacy business, and then drives 2 hours back to pick them up. He figures he probably spends $20,000 a year on hotel bills.
Wow.
But he says it's worth it. He says this is a small sacrifice he can make for his kids because education in this country is the way to rise up.
Now, people worry about the social cost of this, right? You've got braces, you've got, maybe not a My Little Pony backpack, but, they're kids.
Right.
But they do give them a private space. Tell us how else they protect them and also protect the school from liability.
Right. Cal State is very intentional about this program. And so first of all, they cohort them, which means that when they first come in, the first semester, they keep all the kids together in all of the classes together so that they can kind of ease into college life with other kids their age. They also give them access to a private lounge and kitchen, which is secured by coded entry. And that was probably my funnest times reporting the story, was just hanging out with all these kids in their private lounge where they were doing things like watching brain surgery on YouTube.
So they are not losing their childhood. They're just experiencing their childhood in a different way.
Yeah,
right?
I think so, and that's what they all believe.
And one thing you noted in your piece, which was really interesting, there's a payoff for society by doing this, by funding gifted programs, by letting these kids go ahead if they're really ready, right? There's an economic benefit to our economy.
Yeah, that's right, because these kids are so smart. They will basically skip, I mean, in the case of Mia and Shanti, they're skipping 6 years of school. They're already talking about when they graduate at the old age of 16, they're going to start studying for their MCATs. They want to go to medical school. They want to go into medical research. They want to become doctors. And so that will kind of unleash their talent on society when they're still quite young.
I smell a Doogie Howser redo coming along the pike. Thank you so much for coming in, Teresa. Such a pleasure. The director of the Program and Honors College says 80% of the students enrolled graduate within